Hey everybody, this is my 55-gallon Gourami tank, and over the last few days I've noticed an issue with my little male Honey Gourami. If you can see him, he's off to the upper right hand corner now. He's coming around the bend. If you see all that white marking on his face, we'll try to get a closer look at it here in a moment. I'm not really sure what that is. He's got some kind of lesion above his right eye. And it started out as a little spot, and it's been growing. And I just noticed him scraping, flashing and rubbing his face up against the corner of stuff. So it's definitely irritating him, whatever it is. Now, I don't know if it's some kind of fungal infection or what's going on with it. I doubt it's hole-in-the-head disease. And honestly, it doesn't really even look like hole-in-the-head disease. I'm not sure what it looks like. It could simply be a secondary infection. He could have gotten a little scrape or scratch around the eye socket, or, a scale got torn loose or something, scraping up against a rock, and a little bit of infection, took over, and now we're having some kind of issues like that. So I'm not really 100% sure what I should do here, whether I should treat the entire tank, or if I should try to catch that fish out, put it into a quarantine, and then simply treat it in a 10-gallon tank. I'm also not even sure what to treat it with. I suppose I could always just order some general cure. I believe I have Maricin 2, which is a very specific type of antibiotic, and when you start getting into infections like this, especially when you can't even really identify it, I don't know if it's a bacterial infection, a fungal infection. I have no idea what it is, so it's kind of hard to treat something when you don't know what it is, and I'm a little reluctant to just sort of start bombarding the fish with different meds. But this is clearly a case where if I don't do something about it, that fish isn't going to be around very much longer. At least that's been my experience. Whatever this is not going to start getting better on its own. It's been getting worse over the last 2 or 3 days, and at the rate it's going, even if I order some general cure tonight, I would suspect this one's probably going to be dead by the time the general cure shows up. But we'll go ahead and do that anyway, and then I'll have some for the next time I have an issue like this. But I think that we're probably going to wind up losing that little red Honey Gourami back there. You can see that little better look on the side of its face. Trying to get a look and see if we can see some of the flashing behavior, but I just went around feeding the tanks. And so everybody's probably a little excited about all the food that's going on in the tanks right now, so we're probably not going to get to see the flashing behavior I was talking about. So at any rate, make sure you're subscribed. I got lots of stuff going on. I'm in the middle of a water change right now, but I did want to stop and shoot this video while I had the chance. And as I always say, whenever I see anything of interest going on here in the fish room that I take notice of, I always try to get video of it. I figure if I find it interesting, somebody else will too. So thanks again for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. That way you won't miss anything I got coming up. Don't forget, this one here is my 55-gallon Gourami tank. Thanks again. I'll see you real soon in the next one.